You know, we got to start it off. We got to start off with the transition. You feel me? You got to start it off. So, who is a wrestling fan? Type me, or was a wrestling fan. Was or is, type me, right? Just M-E, type me. I'm cool with that. So I was, right? Shout out to my mom. Hopefully she's watching. I know she has some tech issues. I was watching at a very young age. And I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was real for a minute. I thought it was real until I got a little bit older, and then I was like, oh, it's kind of fake, but it's so entertaining. And I never understood why, right? I never understood why certain characters I would watch for so long, right? Like, didn't even realize years has passed and I was still championing them. I was still loving them. I wanted I was a tomboy, so I would get all the little action figures and things like that. So I would want the toys and things like that. But I'm looking at it as a grown person now. Grown person. And understanding storytelling a little bit better, understanding the business a little bit better, I'm like, yo, genius. Genius, right? So let me see who is or who was a wrestling fan. Let me see in the building. Hold on. Kat said, I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. Don't worry. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. Aaron was let me turn off my phone. My phone was going crazy. Was me. Come on. I see y'all. When I was like 12. That's fine. I'm not saying I was old. Hello. Don't keep up now. That's fair. I was, but touch and go now. Right? For 30 years and count. Come on, Big Dan. Ace said, yo, I'm still going. I was a kid. I even had the toy wrestling dolls. You feel me? Dawn said me. Kat said my favorite cousin used to watch, and I would watch when I chilled with them. They would put me on and everything like that. Cool. So, never got into it, but it was always fun to watch when I do. I like that. So, even my replay people, if you're going to watch the replay, please put in the comments if you are a wrestling fan or was a wrestling fan. So, what's interesting is that they just had WrestleMania 40, right? Supposedly, it has done the biggest numbers ever. Let's do a quick Google. Let's do a quick Google. How much did there we go. WrestleMania 40 make? All right. So it says WrestleMania 40 was a huge success in the WWE, breaking records, generating millions of dollars. Okay? Millions. Got that up. The biggest attendance, which is 145,298 people, right? That's 79% increase in the previous record. Now, let's talk a little drama real quick. The man the reason why we know WWE is Vince McMahon. He actually stepped down this year because of all the allegations. There's a word in front of it, but I can't say it because I don't want to get, I don't know how YouTube is so sensitive. So certain allegations that he had to step down. And the fact that it made millions of dollars, still to this day, had the biggest attendance ever, still to this day, says a lot about the brand. A lot about the brand. And a lot about what he's built. Bump who he is. Bump the stuff that we're going to get into. But the foundation that you had to build, that the fact that when you step down, it still creates record-breaking stuff. That's something we gotta look into. That's something that we have to really talk about and really start writing notes. So if you're watching this live, especially on YouTube, what we're going to go through is a quick brand blueprint about the WWE and kind of how his vision turned into a $1 billion brand. And so let's start. And if you are in the chat, there's a pinned post. You're going to see that you can get the whole guide. Get the guide. It's really dope. Put some work into it. It's fire. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let's do that. Had it on mute. All right. So let me get back to this lovely thing. What's up, Tiffany? I see you in the building. I see she put LB early. Come on. I see you. So I got to put that B in front. If it wasn't M's he made billions. Oh no, that's a fact. So let's talk about one thing. Let's talk about, see, and this is the whole guide. If you don't have it, this is a fire guide. Okay. So let's talk about the vision, right? Let's talk about the vision. Let's talk about the idea. So what we see now, we see a WWE network, shows, superstars, merch, everything like that. Now, back in the day, all it was different regions doing wrestling. And he had already, when he bought the company from his dad, he had already thought bigger. Okay, I see something, and this is what everybody else is doing, but what I'm going to do is going to take this further. I'm going to say, yo, this isn't just wrestling. This is entertainment. So thinking of that, when we break down what we know of the WWE, we know characters, right? Which wrestlers, we know storylines, we know the touring, we know all these different things. We know merch, we know them being on different shows, acting, all that stuff. That's because he took one idea, he took the foundation and grew it into something bigger. So when I'm pausing because I want you to think about, am I thinking too small? Am I thinking too small? Am I staying in a crowd, like a crowded room? So if we think about back in the day, there was different territories for wrestling. There was different like AWA and all these different associations and companies. And he took his WWF at the time and he said, bump that. I'm going into all these different territories. I'm going to do shows in these different territories. And as he did that, what you think happened to these other wrestlers? They saw, hey, there's this one guy that's like, yo, I'm going into your territory. And I see all the different territories that he's taking over. This means me as a wrestler can get more brand awareness, can get more fan base. I'm going to go with him. And that was Vince's whole plan, right? That was Vince's whole plan. Yo, I'm going to go into these different territories. I'm going to promote my stuff, and I'm going to take your wrestlers. Now, the higher-ups were not happy about that. Not happy about it at all. But business is business. And one thing that I learned about this docuseries is that it's never personal. Every move that he's made has been about business. regardless of the personal relationship or not, regardless if it's father or not. It was always about business. But the crazy thing about this all is he never thought small. So the very first part, pick your vision and your niche. So in the chat, this is going to be a little masterclass. It's going to be an engaging masterclass. So in the chat, be honest. Yes or no, am I thinking too small? Am I thinking too small? Am I thinking too much in the field that I am? And could I be thinking bigger? Even for myself. We got the Lions Behavior brand starting to rev up. Shout out to everybody who puts Lions in the chat and LBs. So at first I said it was going to be a hat brand. And now we're starting to think a little bit bigger. Me and Isaiah were talking about like wellness centers and things like that. Maybe we were thinking too small. And that's okay. It's first identifying what is our vision and what is our niche. Okay? So that's the very first thing that I got out of this docuseries. The second thing, right? Storylines. Storytelling, right? So if we look at just going on their website and you're seeing, Royal Rumble tickets, we're seeing females battle it out, different wrestlers battling out. Each and every single one of these wrestlers have a story behind it. Of course, if we want to go back into time, right? Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? Has Hulk got a website? Let's see if Hulk got a website. Nah, he ain't got no website. He like, I am the site. You feel me? Oh no, right here. Shout out to Hulk. Shout out to Hulk Hogan. Didn't even know he had a website. All right? We wouldn't know the WWE as much as we know about it if it wasn't for this man. Agree or not? Right? Agree or not? This is the man who is the reason why we know of WWE and Vince McMahon. So as Vince was trying to figure out how to make his vision come to life, he knew he needed to find a person that could hold it on his back, right? Somebody who was charismatic, somebody who was a good guy, right? And so Vince can create a whole storyline, right? So here's the thing. There's, I would say 3 or 4 parts to storytelling that you will figure out when you're looking at back when you used to like wrestling, or if you still like wrestling, or even some of the content that you watch. There's probably a few parts that stay true to all of it. So the first part is the characters, right? Establish the good guy and the bad guy. In the docuseries, Vince McMahon calls it the good guy is the babyface, the bad guy is the heel. And you create amazing storylines between the two. Maybe add a third person to it, whether it's a manager, whether it's a referee, whether it's Vince McMahon himself, and then always have an amazing finish. So if we think about Hulk, right? We think about Hulk Hogan. So he was making a big impact before Vince really took over. Remember, he was McMahon Sr. And so he was getting big. He was getting offered Hollywood stuff. So remember, he was in Rocky. Senior said, hey, if you do this Hollywood stuff, you can't wrestle. Hulk said, fine, that's cool. So he did the Rocky thing. He actually missed wrestling. He went into the AWA at the time. And then when he did that, this is where he started to really hone in on his craft and build his community. The thing with any sports person, because sports, wrestling, when you are in a crowd of other athletes, of other individuals, you have to build a community, which we'll get into that as well. We have to build a community to truly stand out. Are people championing you? So he started to build Hulkamania. Vince was like, hey, I'm gonna need you to come here and we're going to take over the whole thing. You see that I'm taking over these territories. I need you to be the poster child. I need you to be the face of WWE. He said, no doubt. So this is where, when it comes to storytelling, right? This is where we have to understand it, embrace it, and use it. So they looked at what was happening during that time. And during that time, Iraq was not very liked, okay? And so they had an Iraqi wrestler. I think they had two, but there was one in particular that they made a whole storyline that the whole crowd didn't like him. And that Hulk Hogan was the person to beat him and bring it back to America. Why? Because in real life, we want America to win, right? Shout out to my overseas people who may be watching this. We're talking about the WWE, right? So, boom, he won. Cool. WWE, at the time, WWF, started to skyrocket. Where Hulk really took off was WrestleMania 3, where he faced Andre the Giant. And he won that. And then his brand started to take off, right? But it was Vince McMahon who made up this storyline. What's happening in the world, right? What's happening in the world? How can we create characters? So if you think about that as well, what is happening in the world is there back then trending topics. It kept them relevant. And so Hulk was relevant and people were championing him, right? Because this was what they wanted in real life. Yeah, the Iron Sheik. That's who they didn't want to win. So once that started to happen, the storytelling started to work. He did that with every single character. Cool. Hulk Hogan started to fade. They build up the Ultimate Warrior. I used to love the Ultimate Warrior, right? So they needed to pass things down. What's cool about the storytelling, which is interesting, and if you remember me saying, hey, I used to love these characters, these wrestlers for so long, and I never understood why. Because part of the storytelling that is genius is how do we turn somebody, a character, into a good guy and a bad guy for longevity. If a person is good, if a brand is good, too long, we get bored. It doesn't stimulate us. We can't engage as much. If the person is bad too much, we start to really not like them. But there's a sense of, I need to like you, but there needs to be a little bit of controversy down the line that makes me question if I like you and then come back to you. This brings longevity to a brand, to a character. So when you think about storytelling, it's about who is my good character, who is my bad character, and if I want this character to last long, how can I make them switch? If you remember, Hulk Hogan was a good guy for most of it. Then he went to WCW and turned what they call the heel, which is a bad guy, and brought all the attention to WCW, which we'll get into that later. But this is all storytelling. This is all storytelling. This is not because Hulk Hogan was a great wrestler, which he was, is an art form. But it was because of the story is why we get so caught up into these wrestlers, right? Aaron said, this is what happened to Roman Reigns. He went bad and his popularity exploded. Facts. So actually in the chat for anybody who used to watch wrestling, right? Or is still a fan of wrestling, who is your favorite wrestler or the first wrestler that popped in your head if you didn't necessarily had a favorite wrestler, right? If you didn't have a favorite wrestler, that's cool. What's the first one that popped in your head? Okay. I loved Bret Hart. I loved Shawn Michaels. Right? I love the Ultimate Warrior. I didn't realize he just like faded to the black and found out why later, right? The Monday Night Wars were the best and the realest bad versus good story in wrestling, I feel. That's a fact. That's a fact. China, shout out to China. Rest in peace. The Rock, come on. You feel me? Sting, come on. Oh, we got two Stings. Hogan and Macho Man. I like that. I like that. So, hold on. We got Rock and Roll Express was my faves. Okay, I see you. The Ultimate Warrior. Goldberg. Sheesh. Y'all bringing up the Road Warriors. Oh, yeah. Y'all bringing up people. Y'all bringing up people. All right. Let's talk about some other stuff. Let's talk about another point. Now, let me go back. WWE. Let's do some digging real quick. Let's do some digging. Are they going to show me their social media? Maybe I go all the way down. Jesus, how long? Okay. This was important. All right, Peacock. All right. We know they did a deal with Netflix. I think the deal was like, let me not misquote. How much was the Netflix deal with WWE? $5 billion. Over 10 years. 500 mil per year. Okay? So I said Peacock. I said Netflix. So my next point is going to be talking about distribution. Now, one thing that I see y'all still typing. So let's talk about distribution and how ahead of time Vince McMahon was with distribution. So when he started, right? Like I said, everybody was in their territories. They were very local. Something that he saw that was starting to make some noise that he was the first one to do was cable TV. Okay? So he got into the USA Network, and which brought the WWE, WWF at the time, to mass distribution and not just these local shows. Also, what he did was I would say, somewhat created pay-per-view. It was called closed circuit. He would bring people into an event center and play the fights on a big screen, right? Cool. But also, as we saw, Peacock, their social media channels are crazy. Netflix, the WWE Network, they have their own streaming platform. Distribution is huge for any brand, and especially back then, and still now, for the WWE. So we look at it as like, are we taking advantage or are we limiting our distribution? Now, granted, I said in this title that this is, I know my audience. Majority of my audience has a team of one, right? My solopreneurs. So in the chat, actually let me know. Type in 1 if you're a team of 1. Type in 3 if you actually got a team. Okay? Let's see who's in the building. Now I already know, trust me. Nicky, being on all social media platforms isn't the best of my time at this moment. I got it. We got to start using tools to be able to be where we need to be. So tools like Later, tools like Business Suite, tools like Buffer that will allow our content to reach the masses, right? So they have taken advantage of, and if you look at this, right? Boom. They have now really been like, okay, the TV ain't it no more. Streaming is. So let's get on Peacock, right? Streaming is the thing. Let's make a deal with Netflix, right? Everybody's on social media. Let's jump on social media, right? So their distribution, he was always ahead of the game when it came to distribution. So we have to think about it in a sense of what is going to be my next step. I don't need you to do all the platforms right now, right? David, what up? Yeah, what up? I subscribed. Come on. So I don't need you to be on all the platforms right now, but I need you for quarter 4 or whatever quarter that you may be watching this in, right? Which one are we going to dominate next? Okay, so in the chat, let me know. Yeah, these streaming costs, they do, okay? Trust me, I understand. But in the chat, let me know what platform are you going to try to dominate or at least make a little bit of a presence in this next quarter, okay? Let me know that, right? Now, this next one is very important. Very, very important. Innovate and evolve. All right? So, like, who's a real, I want to know, say me if you a real, like, WWE fan, okay? Let me know. Hold on, let me share some of y'all. He's saying IG. No, I see you with the YouTube. I got you. You feel me? YouTube. Come on. TikTok, IG, and YouTube. Come on. I see y'all. Y'all not playing. Shout out to my threads. So, all right. There we go. He's like, me. Here we go. All right. So check me out. So Vince McMahon is full of scandals, right? We're not going to lie. Like, this man is just a business genius, even though he is, right? I do believe so. But we can't lie that he went through a whole steroids like scandal. So back in the day, when we were seeing Hulk, when we were seeing Ultimate Warrior, we were seeing all these big buff people, it started to become a problem. And they were accusing Vince of saying, hey, you tell your wrestlers to take steroids. So in that time, right, this is where WCW started to come through. When the highest brand is starting to go low, here comes the competitors. Now there's wiggle room to do something, right? So as this scandal was happening, WCW making some noise and everything like that, he knew that there needed to be a change, right? So there started to be new generations of wrestlers. So this is where we started to see Bret Hart. This is where we started to see Shawn Michaels. This is where we started. He pushed the big bulk guys to the back and more regular people to the front. And then even took a turn to what we know as the Attitude Era, right? So this is where DX came through. This is where Stone Cold came through, right? The biggest one out of that era. And he said, look, we were reaching a younger crowd. And the competitors were getting the older crowd. They were getting the drama. We realized the season that we're in. This is also paying attention to the culture. We're seeing the season that we're in, and they want a more edgy type of vibe. So let's create characters that have more of an edgy type vibe. We have the resources, we have the money to do it. Let's do that. So there was different seasons that WWE went through to stay on top. So we have the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era. There's a lot of things that Vince McMahon has done to innovate and evolve. So are we always innovating and evolving our brand? That's one of the things we got to think about, right? How are we staying adaptable? That's the most important thing. Things are always going to change. Platforms are going to do its thing. Culture's always going to change, right? How are we as brand builders, as the brands, right? How are we staying relevant? That's super, 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 super important. All right. Now, let me bring this up. Okay. WWE owns ECW. So crazy. And oh yeah, we gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. All right. Vince was juicing too. Oh yeah, he admitted to that. All right. So WWE is nothing without their stars. Right? But here's an important part. Though the creator, aka Vince McMahon, started this whole thing, like the movement, not necessarily started the wrestling business, but started what we know as this movement. And the reason why it has been so successful is because of the stars that it creates. So everything from all the people that you mentioned before, Macho Man, Hulk, Ultimate Warrior, Stone Cold, everybody that you mentioned, Dusty Rhodes, who else did y'all mention? Let me go back. Randy Orton, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, The Rock, all those people has carried this organization, right? Because the company knows how to build stars. Everything about WWE lives off of the ability to continue to create different stars. Now, how does this apply to what we do, right? To our brands. Think about it like this. Who are our brand ambassadors? Who is the face of the brand so that people can connect with them, right? Because people connect with people, right? Who can we champion? Who do we trust? Who do maybe we look side eye and want to look more into that information? So the ability to create stars is what is their secret sauce. The ability to create stars. Now, are we able within our brand to create stars? Though we may be the star in itself, right? If we look at maybe some of our favorite music artists, right? I'm gonna stay safe with this. Okay? I'm gonna stay safe with this. I'm gonna say Jay-Z. Okay? I'm gonna say Jay-Z. Though he was the talent at a certain point, and still is to a certain point, the stars that he has created, the people that has been under his umbrella, is what keeps him relevant as well. What keeps his brand still alive. Rock Nation is still a situation because of the stars that it has. I believe J Balvin is in Rock Nation. I believe Meg Thee Stallion is in Rock Nation. Rihanna, Rock Nation, right? We know Kanye West because of Jay-Z. So I say this because the reason why WWE has been so successful is because they continuously create stars. They're continuously turning into another storyline, another person we can champion, another person that we can hate, another person we may want to buy merch, another reason why we might go outside and go to an event, go to a Wrestlemania. They continuously, with or without Vince McMahon, because remember, he stepped down, they're able to make stars. So when we're looking at our brand, how are we able to make stars? And how do we champion them? How do we give them the resources that we need? What they need, right? So, is it bad to be our own brand ambassador? Oh, why did that just cover me? Hello. No, if that's what you have right now, that's what you have right now. I would challenge you at a certain point to have other brand ambassadors, right? So, like, for me, of course, Nicky Saunders is a brand, of course. Then I have Deeper Than the Brand. And then now this is where if you're in Deeper Than the Brand, say DTTB. Well, this is why it's so DTTB. Type that. You know what I mean? This is why I say LB. LB is so much easier for me. You know what I mean? But in Deeper Than the Brand, we do have certain brand ambassadors. We do have other personnel that is what we call a star. Isaiah is a star in Deeper Than the Brand, right? Kurt is a star. If we go into some of the members, Janita is a star. Sam is a star, right? Who else? Aaron Archie is a star. Lisa is a star, right? CJ is a star. So we have certain people that represent the brand. Now, as I'm growing this Lions Behavior brand, now I have to figure out what that also looks like. So it's actually not as hard as you think to create brand ambassadors, right? Because there are going to be people who are going to champion your brand, and you need to give them the acknowledgement, the power, the resources, the time to be like, yo, you are the reason why people know of this brand. So we when we look at from a WWE standpoint, of course, The Rock at the time was a main attraction of why people knew WWE. Hulk Hogan was the reason why we knew of wrestling from a mass scale, right? Cool. So who is that person that is the reason why people know who you are? I think from a personal brand, Isaiah is my biggest reason why people know of a Nicky. Not only because he creates some of the content, is because he shares all of the content too. You know what I mean? Those people who share your content can start to be your brand ambassadors. So think about it in that kind of sense of like, what star am I creating? Right? What star am I creating? I'm going to get to a point where there are going to be certain brands that I'm going to champion in helping them out really, really grow. Like from not necessarily the start, but from the middle to big, right? I got to see they got to do a little bit of work. You feel me? So that's just some thoughts. That's just some thoughts. Now, real quick, shout out to those people who are hitting the super chat. I see y'all. I appreciate y'all. I really, really do. And if this is adding any kind of value, drop the lions, drop the LB. Let's keep this chat going. But I see you. Let me get into chat real quick. So my wife is the biggest cheerleader. I love that. Shout out to wifey. Retro Nerd Girl said, I totally get it. You know what I mean? Totally get it. Shout out to Dondi. Dondi's another star in Deeper Than the Brand. You feel me? Okay, come on. I see the family here. I see the family here. Come on. Oh, y'all not playing. Y'all not playing. So, okay. Let's go into a few more because I do want to get into this ChatGPT thing, right? Now, here's another thing that was interesting, and I brought it into the storytelling one. Let me see if I could pull it up. What was Hogan? Hold on. Let's Hulk Hogan. What was Sergeant Slaughter's bad guy character? Does anybody remember? Let me put that. Wrestler Slaughter. Bad guy character. Let's see if I can do it. Was no the Iraqi dude. What? Okay. Sergeant Slaughter. Hold on. I'm gonna find it because I can't think of it. Turned. Iran. There he goes. Betrayed. But what was he called? Patriotic, just turned temporary. Was he still Sergeant Slaughter? Okay. No, it wasn't sure. No. Or Sheik or whatever it was. No. Hold on. What does the images look like? There we go. Okay. Can I put that up? Boom. So, here we go. So, this, where real life topics can backfire, right? So remember in the storytelling part, I was saying how dope it is to use trending topics at times, okay? Now, certain times it could backlash. And we've seen it in real life, right? To be honest, anybody who is semi-defending Diddy right now, you're going to get some backlash. Hands down. Anytime you are defending or being neutral somewhat about a really big issue, you're going to get some type of backlash, right? Now, in this particular situation, they were doing a storyline to get Hulk Hogan give back the belt, right? Because remember, I think this was the time where Ultimate Warrior didn't necessarily work, and they needed to give Hulk Hogan the belt back, right? So, okay, y'all got me right. I appreciate y'all. I see y'all in the chat. So what they did was, okay, let's turn Sergeant Slaughter into an Iraqi person. What was happening was Iran person. Or is it Iraqi? I'm not really sure. I don't want to be ignorant. But he was from Iran. He switched to Iran, right? Now, the interesting part is that there was a turn of events and Desert Storm happened. And so what is a character, right? What everybody knew was a character, but because how invested people were in real life and with the WWE, my man was getting death threats. They had to calm down on the storyline to really be like, okay, I don't want you to kill my man. Like, I want you to come through the events. I want you to buy a ticket, but I don't want you to kill my man. And so this is where real life stories have a plus and a minus. This is where you have to really pay attention to culture, pay attention to the audience, pay attention to what's happening and how people feel about it, that we gotta just keep a temp check. They created a character and they did not know Desert Storm was going to happen. They did not know everybody was going to come for my man and then try to kill him in real life. So when we're looking at our content, when we're looking at our brand, and we're looking at how can I use real life events and leverage it, it could be a good thing, right? As we know, when we're talking about trending topics, our exposure goes up. Our brand awareness goes up. It keeps us relevant. But it also, if we're not paying attention very closely, it could be a bad thing. It could look like we're clout chasing. It could look like we are disconnected with what's really happening in the world because all we're trying to do is talk about the topic and not being necessarily in tune with the people who are involved. So this is where the good and the bad of leveraging real events come in. Okay? So I wanted to bring that part up. And then let me see. Let's do this. Vince McMahon family. I think one of the biggest lessons that I got out of this, right? Oh, Big Dame said something. During the promos of Slaughter, it was going to burn the American flag, but a lot of people wouldn't have it, so they had to burn the Hulk Rules t-shirt instead. See? Crazy. Now, let me talk about this real quick. So let's bring I went with all of them, but like a recent one. Because I want the wife, because the wife part is crazy. The wife part is crazy. All right, I'll just put this one up. Let's do an old school. Is there some better No, there's nothing better. Boo. All right. Fine. Let's put this up. So, if we want engagement with our brand, with our content, there has to be, when it comes to the WWE, there is a huge blurred lines between what is reality and what is entertainment. Okay? For those people who have followed the docuseries, so you know where I'm going with this, or if you follow the WWE, right? Vince McMahon did not care who he used. He used his whole family for business to create a storyline that was crazy. So one, Mr. McMahon was a character, mean, tyrant type boss, but then he brought his kids into it. The way that he played it was like his son was low-key lame, right? And always wanted daddy's business, but he was never good enough for daddy's business. His daughter, when she first came in, was going to marry this character called Test. Then Triple H came through, said, hey, I married you on the low. Let me show you the video. Mickey'd her, most wildest thing, Mickey'd her and married her, right? And so the next time she came out on the stage or the joint, everybody started calling her a slut. Sorry if there's kids around. I'm not going to say it again, right? They started booing her. She instantly became a heel, aka a bad guy. There was a storyline. Yep, and there's Aaron that says it. There was a storyline that didn't go through, that Vince impregnated his daughter. He, as the character, cheated on his wife, right, with several female wrestlers, drugged her, and would watch everything that was happening. All for a storyline, all for characters. And so it made people want to tune in and be like, is this real? Is this not? You were so invested. You instantly hated my man because you thought, one, you have no respect for your kids. Two, you have no respect for your marriage. You're cheating. What is happening? You're a bad boss. The main reason why Stone Cold, and let me pull up that one, right? Stone Cold versus, oh, there it is. Oh, versus Mr. McMahon, right? And if y'all remember this, let me know, right? But if y'all remember, one of the big, is this gonna play? What's happening? Is this just pictures? Here we go. Okay. So, shout out to Mike Tyson, which is wild. So, one of the reasons why this storyline did so amazing, because it blurred the lines of reality versus entertainment. Vince McMahon played a tyrant boss. And even though Stone Cold at the time was a bad guy, right? Because we were in the Attitude Era. Everybody could relate to Stone Cold because it's like the employee versus the boss, right? And so then it made you think about like, yo, is Vince really that bad of a guy? Like, does Stone Cold really not like him? Like, what's happening? It blurred the lines. A lot of the storyline that has happened, hence why when we think about all these allegations, there's a lot of not great allegations that's going against him. We don't know what's real or what's fake when it comes to hush money, when it comes to all these females trying to cash in or not. It blurs the lines if his character was portraying what was happening in real life or not. Now, I say that because this is the entertainment side, right? This is how engaging content is created. He creates these different storylines that is a little like makes you think, makes you be like, You know what I mean? Here's a Stone Cold in his suit, look weird. And well, him arrested looks better. You feel me? Him arrested looks better. Look at all this. But yeah, they did some crazy things. So I bring this one up, right? As far as mastering the emotional engagement. Are we looking at our content that we're putting out? Are we looking at our shows? Are we looking at our emails? Are we looking at our blogs in a way that will strike emotion? Right? Strike emotion. When you blur the lines like that, you're striking emotion. You're striking emotion. You don't know what to believe. You don't. But the point is, what am I doing to have a deep connection with my audience? Okay? What am I doing to have a deep connection with my audience? So these are just some of the lessons that I've learned watching the Mr. McMahon joint on Netflix. Now, in the chat, type in me if you're going to watch this docuseries. Let me see if Netflix be not letting you. Hold on, let's see if it'll come up. Okay, cool. I'm not going to stream it because it just blacks out. But it's right here. Mr. McMahon, 6 episodes. I think they're pretty much like 50 to an hour long. Really, really good. Really, really good. And for those people who are on YouTube, Facebook people, I got you in a bit. Hold on. Let me get the thing. Everything that I was saying today, all the different points, plus more. I added about 16 points of all the lessons that I've learned from Vince lesson, WCW. Oh, that's another one. Can we talk about that real quick? Hold on. Let me talk one more. I was gonna shut it down. Right? Hold on. I was gonna shut it down. Give me a second. Let me tell you how figuring out the gaps is so important. Let me share this. So, that's not what I wanted. What just happened? All right. So, this is what I wanted. Boom. Is it not? What's happening? Why is my... Now don't want to work? What just happened? Oh. Okay, here we go. Thank you. All right. Where is... Come on. I want to talk about... Fine. You know what? I think we'll just leave that there. WCW versus WWF. Okay? Who was a WCW fan? Right? Who was a WCW fan? Can we talk out Ooh, this is a good picture. That's a good picture. Let's see if it comes up. But that's not really what I wanted. But it was a good picture. I just like the picture. Let me go back to this one. Boop. All right. So, if y'all remember, hear this story out, because this is where, one, competition is important, but two, this is where we take advantage of when people are in their lows. All right. So, remember I said steroids was an issue. There was a whole scandal. Vince McMahon was in court months and everything. And so WCW started to rise. And so, hold on, wait. As a diehard wrestling fan, I'm enjoying this discussion. Come on. Thank you. Let's go. So, as the WWE was at a low, right? WCW started to make a rise. They started to take the WWE's wrestlers. The same move that Vince did to the other associations and other territories. Here comes WCW on some, hey, over there is a little rocky, right? They're going through this steroid scandal right now. What if I tell you, and WWE, I know your schedule, 7 days a week, 52 weeks. What if I tell you could wrestle less and you make more? Sign me up. Sign me up. So here's an interesting one. All right. At the lowest, remember, Hulk was there at WWE, making a lot of noise, boom, boom, boom. But he had to leave, right? He had to leave. His fandom was fading. And he wanted to do movies and everything. So Vince was like, all right, bet. Go ahead. Just don't go to the other side. Just don't go there. Hulk was like, bet. I won't go to the other side. So he started to act, and he actually hated acting. He actually hated acting. And here comes Eric Bischoff, the guy who ran WCW, right? On some, yo, I know you miss it. My guy, I know you miss it. You got two little ones. What if I give you more money, guaranteed money? This acting thing, you don't even like it, and it's not guaranteed. I give you more money, less time to wrestle. You be more home with your kids. And so here comes Hulk Hogan to WCW. Blow to Vince, right? They started to take, during this whole steroids time, and then there was at a low, started to take more and more of their wrestlers. Now, once you watch the documentary, you're going to hear them say, hey, all we are is a carbon copy of WWE. This is where money doesn't outlast evolution. Let me break this down. So, just because they had more money, just because the main one was on the low, and they had a better storyline at the time, because remember, everything was good, looking good, good guys over there. They made more of a bad turn for WCW, more bad guys, more edgier, had a better storyline, right? And so they started to win the rankings. They started to win 83 weeks. Crazy. They started to go head to head with WWE. Hey, you do a Monday show? I'm going to do a Monday show, but I'm going to do it different. Let me show you. You do it tape, I do it live. Gap. You talk to the kids, let's talk to the 18 to the 34-year-olds. Gap. You guys are more cartoony. We have more realistic people. Gap. Are we finding the gap in our brand? In our market, have we just really looked at ourselves and say, are we a carbon copy, or are we finding the gaps to at least take advantage of this season? Right? They could have done the exact same thing, but when they started to really make moves and they started to stand out in the wrestling world is when they started to find the gaps. So to stand out, we have to look at what the industry is doing and being like, what are they not doing? I need to do that. If WWE is doing taped shows, we're going to do a live show. If you're talking to one audience, I'm going to talk to the other one because no one's talking to them. No one's talking to them. But you still have to stay on top. The same energy that got you to the top, finding the gaps. They stopped finding the gaps, right? They stopped finding the gaps. And so when things started to be a little bit better, Vince McMahon beat the charges, everything like that, and they started going into the Attitude Era, when WWE started to evolve. Because remember, they're already head honcho. They just need their spot back. When they started to evolve, the people were like, okay, this is a little bit boring over here. You're not finding the gaps no more. Yeah, you have more money, but you're not entertaining anymore. You're doing the same thing over and over again. WWE saw the gaps and go, oh, okay, you're not doing this no more. We're going to do it over here, right? And it's funny because they did exactly what the WCW did. AKA, WCW literally was a carbon copy. WWE said, hey, your boss acts like a bad guy. You know what? I'm going to be a bad guy. You guys have NWO. We're going to have DX. Right? But we're going to have Stone Cold. You don't have like a main person that has a crazy catchphrase, that has a fan base like Stone Cold has. You don't have that. Everybody's going to go over here. Everybody's going to go over here. So the gaps are important. The gaps are what got WCW to the top and win 83 weeks in a row. But the gaps is what WWE gained the title back and eventually bought WCW. So when we're looking at, I think about it in real life, and I'm like, yo, evolving and finding the gaps and staying relevant is probably one of the biggest lessons that you're going to get from this docuseries as well. Because we know a lot of people that has a lot of money that has made some noise in this content world. Some top entrepreneurs just popped out of nowhere because they had ad money. They had marketing budget, more than what we had. But it's those people who stay consistent, who don't back down, who evolve, who find the gaps that last through everything, through every obstacle, through every scandal, through every new star that comes up, new brand that comes up, new cultures that come through. The consistency, the finding the gaps, and the evolving is what has made WWE this billion-dollar brand that is still lasting till this day. WrestleMania 1 started with Vince. We're at WrestleMania 40, and it's still making millions of dollars. You can't say we can't learn something from this? I'm not saying Vince McMahon is a great guy. Not saying that at all. But I'm saying from a business side, because the same way that he separated business and personal, right? We're doing the same thing. Let's not forget that a certain YouTube influencer has been killing it on the WWE Superstars, referring to Logan Paul. He sure has. He sure has. You feel me? So, I just want y'all to think, when we're looking at these docuseries, how does it apply to our brand? This is how I geeked out this weekend. So in the chat, just light up the chat, whatever your favorite emoji is. If you want to put the lions in there, cool, whatever. If this was valuable, please, 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 put in the chat. Put in the chat, okay? Let's put in the chat. Also, everything that I said, I'm going to put in the, real quick, I'm going to put in the chat. I gave a link. If you're on YouTube, it's linked on the chat and it's in the description. If you're on Facebook, I just put it in the chat. I'll put it again. Everything that I said, plus more, right? I'm giving you the guide to this whole blueprint, okay? Nicky keeps shining. Thank you. Oh, y'all really like this. Hold on. Let me show the love. Hold on. Let me show the love. Hey, I see y'all. Hey, come on. What's up, CJ? CJ in the building. Nicky keeps shining. Thank you. All right. So, let me put this one more time for the one time. Get the whole guide. The guide is dope. It's a whole situation. Now. Who got the new ChatGPT advanced voice? Who got that? Because we gonna have a conversation. Let me see if I could pull it up on my phone real quick. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, shout out to Brandon. I don't know if he's watching. Brandon showed me some really funny stuff. Oh, I didn't save it. No. Here we go. Boom. All right. Let me pull up my phone. Where is my phone? Is it on? Come on. There we go. Hello. Shout out to the phone. All right. Check this out. Oops. Doop. Let me see if it plays.
I really like your
I can
voice,
help you with things like creating images, answering your question.
Said that's not it.
I got you.
Wait.
What's on your mind?
With AI and in your photos, not just AI. What just happened? Chill out. Okay. Let's go back. Let me get. Here we go. Like I said, shout out to Brandon.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. I really like your voice, but I would like it better if you could talk in Ebonics.
I got you. What's on your mind?
I'm chilling. What you got going on?
Just chilling. Here to chat it up with you. Anything you want to talk about or you just vibing today?
Who? I'm just who?
Bet. Sometimes you just got to kick back and enjoy the moment. If you want to chop it up about something, just let me know.
You try.
Awesome. I'm excited too. How's the voice mode experience for you so far?
It's going good, but it would be really even cooler if you could talk in Jamaican patois.
No problem, me brother. Me can chat you in a patois all day long. What you want for reason about?
Whoa, that's really good. Which part of Jamaica are you from?
Me not actually from Jamaica, but me love the culture and the language.
Whoa, you sure you're not from here?
Me swear, me day have to help and chat with you in any way me can. If you have anything you want to talk about or ask, me ready.
All right, tell me what you know about Kingston.
Well, Kingston are the capital and cultural heart of Jamaica. Find the Bob.
First off, that's crazy. That's crazy.
House.
Hi, Kobe. How are you?
Hi there. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm doing okay. I was wondering if you could speak in broken Nigerian English called Pidgin.
Of course. I sabi speak small pidgin o. Wetin you want make we yarn about?
Honestly, I no expect say you go follow me on for broken English, but yeah, I'm stumped.
No wahala. Anytime you want yarn for pidgin, I dey here gidigba. Wetin dey your mind?
Hunger dey wire me. I don't know wetin I fit cook.
No wahala. If anything enter your mind, you fit ask me anytime. I dey your back.
You fit give me suggestion on wetin I fit cook. Hi, Ko.
That's crazy. Hold on, we got a question. He said, hey, I'm so happy I caught you live tonight. Which app are you using to go live? I'm using Ecamm Live. Shout out to Ecamm. Let me see if I get you that link to Ecamm. Do I have it? Let me see. Ecamm Live. Let me see. I do. Here you go. If you want to get the lives like this, boom. Ecamm Live. That's it. All right. So we're going to test out this feature. We're going to see what it do. Let's see if it really is what it says it is. Okay. So first off, let me see if it works. What's up, chat?
Hey, how's it going?
I am chilling. Now, how are you feeling?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. What's up?
Hey, so I need you to talk to me as a New Yorker, right? But like a Gen Alpha New Yorker, super slanged out, right? You're Puerto Rican, okay? And I actually want you to talk to me about the history of the National Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Yo, Nicky, let me break it down for you, Boricua style. So the National Puerto Rican Day Parade is like a big deal, you know? Started back in 58, my guy, in El Barrio.
El Barrio!
It was all about repping Puerto Rican pride, showing off our culture, our sabor, you feel me? Now it's mad huge, going down in Manhattan, and everyone be pulling up. Dancers, floats, mad flags everywhere. It's a vibe.
All right. Actually, change. Now you're Haitian. Change that you're Haitian.
D'accord, Nicky. So back in 58, dans East Harlem, New York, yo te commencé National Puerto Rican Day Parade là. C'était pour montrer fierté à culti pe Puerto Ricois. Jodia, c'est un gros événement dans McMahon. A konge danseur, gros chariot et drapeau tout partout. C'est un gros fête, ouais.
Okay, all right. Go back to the Puerto Rican vibes.
Aight, switching it back to Puerto Rican mode. What's good?
Yo, so I'm live right now, having people listen to you talk. What other, let's say, accents do you have?
Ah, nice. Well, I can switch it out with a British accent, go Aussie with an Australian twang, or even drop some Jamaican patois. Whatever you're feeling, I got you.
let's go with the Jamaican vibes.
All right, Nicky, let's get into the Jamaican vibe scene. How you want me chat now?
So I ain't gonna lie, I'm a fan of beef patty with cocoa bread. Can you tell me how to make that?
Ah, you got good taste, Nicky. Making a beef patty with cocoa bread. That's a real Jamaican classic. See the patty, you season up the ground beef with allspice, scallion, thyme, and scotch bonnet pepper. Cook it down nice, you know? Then you wrap it in a the flaky turmeric colored pastry and bake it. As for the cocoa bread, you mix flour.
All right, switch it up. All right, so this is what I need. So I want to talk about how to build a brand and a business, but from more of like an organized crime style. So I want you to act like an ex-mafia person from New York, okay? And I want you to break down the Gotti family, because you were, let's say, a soldier inside of that organization, right? And I want you to talk to me about how to brand and business just like how the mafia is, but something that people aren't really talking about. So don't give me the crap of loyalty and structure and everything like that, okay?
All right, listen up. When you're talking about the Gotti family and the mafia, the real secret ain't just loyalty or structure. Nah, it's about the art of influence and perception. See, Gotti, he knew how to work the public, make them see him as a charismatic leader, not just a mob boss. So in business, it's about crafting a narrative, controlling the story people tell about you. It's a game of power.
Okay. Switch it up. And now I want you to be from Colombia, and I want you to act as if you used to work for Pablo Escobar.
Claro. Entonces, cuando trabajas con alguien como Pablo Escobar, aprendes que el verdadero poder está en el control de los recursos y las conexiones. Escobar sabía cómo manejar su imagen, cómo ser visto como...
Okay, hold up. My audience doesn't know Spanish, so I need you to give me a Colombian accent with some of the Colombian slang in a Spanglish kind of vibe, but explaining what you were explaining just now.
Bueno, Nicky, so with Pablo Escobar, parce, the key was in controlling resources and connections, see? This man knew how to work his image, become a benefactor to some while a villain to others. It's like controlling the narrative, parce. In business, it's about how people see you, the story you tell, parce.
El parcelito. Nah, that's crazy. That, and for everybody, it's all stored. But it has like natural conversation. You saw how I was like interrupting it to then start something over. So you can have real fun with this. But honestly, what was it? I saw something that was saying that this is about to replace therapy. I was like, oh, no, wait. I still need to talk to certain people. But chat, let me see what y'all talking about with this. ChatGPT is wild for this. I just purchased ATM today, but I was scrambling before my scheduled live, so temporary put. How is this similar? How similar is different is it from Ecamm? So Ecamm is the software, right? You're probably talking about the switcher. This is how I'm able to do the whole show and multicast on different platforms. But 1 to 10, how did you feel about the ChatGPT? Which is wild. Okay, this thing. When I tell you this, yeah, I don't even know I don't even know how to take this. I don't even. So, yeah. It's like my hubby and I definitely use it for therapy. You know what I mean? Like, I could probably have some strong debates. I could have some strong debates about this. Actually, hold on. Let's be a little controversy. Let's do some controversy in this. Hold on. Y'all ready? Let me bring this back. Let's start a whole new chat. Let's see. 10. Oh, y'all saying 10s. 10 out of 10s. All right. What's up, chat?
Hey there, how's it going?
I'm chilling. Hey, do me a favor. Talk to me like a New Yorker. Once again, Gen Alpha, real strong slang, real strong, like heavy New York accent.
I bet. So what we chopping it up about today? We talking content, or you got something else on your mind? Let's get it popping.
Okay, you sound aggressive, but yo, you heard what happened with Diddy?
Nah, I ain't heard about that. What's going on with Diddy? Spill the tea.
Nah, so I need you to check the web real quick and look up those scandals for me.
I hear you, but I can't check the web or look up real-time info. But if you need a hand with anything else, I got you. What's good?
You don't know nothing about Diddy?
Well, I know about Diddy's big contributions to music and business, like his work with Bad Boy Records and launching his own fashion line. But if there's something recent or specific, you might have to fill me in.
What about what happened with him and Cassie?
I can tell you about their past relationship and how they both moved on to new chapters in their lives. But for any recent events or news, I need you to give me the lowdown. What happened between Diddy and Cassie?
Damn. So the new voice feature doesn't seem to be up to date. Doesn't seem up to date. You know what I mean? I don't see it. All right. Let's do something else. What's up, chat?
Hey, what's up?
Actually, go back to the New York accent, real heavy accent, Gen Alpha kind of vibes with all of its slang. Can you do that for me?
I got you. We going full New York up in here. So, what you need, fam? We talking content, the latest trends, or you just trying to chop it up? Let's get it.
So I got a debate for you. You ready?
Yo, I'm ready. What's the debate? Lay it on me.
So
Let's hear it.
So who do you think is the best R&B singer? Do you take hold on. Do you take R. Kelly off because of all the stuff that happened to him?
That's a tough one. Talent-wise, R. Kelly's been huge.
Hold on. You don't. Where'd your New York accent go?
My bad, fam. Let's run it back. So talent-wise, R. Kelly's been a giant in R&B, no doubt. But with all that stuff that went down, a lot of people ain't rocking with him like that no more. So it kind of depends if you can separate the art from the artist. You feel me?
I can, but then who goes up against him if he's not in the running no more?
That's a good question.
Hey, where your New York accent go?
My bad. Let's bring it back. If we ain't counting R. Kelly, you gotta look at folks like Usher, who got them hits and the vocals to back it up. Maybe even Maxwell or D'Angelo. Depending on the vibe you looking for. What you think?
You said D'Angelo?
Yeah, D'Angelo. Dude's got them smooth vibes and serious vocal chops. His impact in R&B is real.
Wait. You're going to put the catalog of D'Angelo against who? Like, you put D'Angelo, Usher, and R. Kelly in the same sentence? That don't make no sense.
I feel you. D'Angelo's more niche with that neo-soul vibe, while Usher and R. Kelly got the mainstream massive hit catalogs. So if we're talking pure star power and chart dominance, Usher's probably the one who could go toe-to-toe with R. Kelly. My bad for throwing you off with the mix.
That's cool. But okay, so writing skills. You know R. Kelly got the pen. Who else has the pen like R. Kelly? And the producer chops.
When it comes to writing and producing, Neo's got serious skills with the pen. He's written mad hits for himself and other artists. Then you got Babyface, a legend in the game with songwriting and producing chops. Jermaine Dupri also got them skills, especially in the R&B scene. They're not just artists, they're heavyweights behind the scenes too.
All right, cool. Let's switch it up. Let's switch it up to hip hop rap situation. Who has the best era? Do we have Bad Boy, Rockefeller, No Limit, Rough Riders, So Def?
Ooh, that's a classic debate. Each of them held it down in their own way. Bad Boy with Biggie and Mace brought that flashy, jiggy era. Rockefeller with Jay-Z really defined that hustler spirit. No Limit, Master P's crew put the South on the map. Rough Riders with DMX and E brought that hardcore street vibe. And So Def, Jermaine Dupri's label, had those smooth hits. It depends on what era and style you vibing with. Personally, I'd lean towards Rockefeller for the influence and consistency, but they're all legends in their own right.
Well, okay, so let's break down the Rockefeller dynasty, right? Like, why are you picking them?
All right, let's break it down. Rockefeller had a massive impact, mainly because of Jay-Z, who became one of the greatest in the game. They also had Kanye West, who's flipped the script as a producer turned rapper. And they had a strong roster with cats like Beanie Siegel, Cameron, and Dipset. Rockefeller wasn't just about music. They built a whole lifestyle brand, from Rockaware to Rock Nation, extending their influence beyond just records. Their hustle, innovation, and the way they shape the culture is why I pick them.
Okay, so let's stay right there because you mentioned some things. So from a branding and business side, right? What is something that Rockefeller has done that they don't get recognized enough for when it comes to like understanding the blueprint so other people can duplicate it?
Alright, so check it. One thing Rockefeller did that doesn't get enough shine is how they use strategic partnerships to build their brand. They weren't just about music. They leveraged their success to branch out into clothing with Rockaware, which became a huge part of hip-hop fashion. Plus,
Wait. You're talking about partnerships, but they made Rockaware. That wasn't necessarily a partnership.
True, they created Rockaware. But what I mean is they leveraged partnerships to expand its reach, like with major retailers. They also used their music connections to promote the brand, making it a lifestyle choice for fans. This blueprint of creating a brand and using strategic partnerships and cross-promotion is something others can definitely learn from. You feel me?
Okay, cool. I get you with that, right? Let's break down the stars. Like, what is something that we can learn from Rockefeller based off their roster?
From the Rockefeller roster, one big takeaway is the importance of diversifying talent. They had artists with different styles and strengths. Jay-Z with his business acumen and lyrical prowess. Kanye with innovative production and eventually his own rap career. And then you had street-focused artists like Beanie Siegel. This variety helped them appeal to a broad audience and dominate different aspects of the hip-hop scene.
Okay. I like that. Let's stay right there as far as just like a regular company, right? Like somebody's personal brand now turning into a company. When you're talking about diversify, like break that down for a regular person. Let's say somebody who has just like a merch line. What does diversity mean in that situation?
Alright, so you got a merch line and you want to diversify like Rockefeller? Think about expanding beyond just t-shirts or hoodies. You could introduce different product lines like hats, accessories, or even limited edition drops. Collaborate with artists or influencers to create unique pieces. Also, think about your marketing channels. Don't just stick to one platform. Use social media, email marketing, and maybe even pop-up shops or events to reach different audiences. The key
All right.
is
Let's see something, because I don't know if you're gonna know this. Are you aware of Nicky Saunders? She used to be a podcaster for Nicky and Moose, but now she has a YouTube channel. Are you aware of her?
Yeah, I know Nicky Saunders. She's big on content strategy and helping people build their brands, especially using AI tools. She's got that real talk New York vibe and keeps it authentic. How can I help you with something related to Nicky?
Oh, wow. I didn't know you knew me. I made it, people. So with the Rockefeller blueprint that we were just talking about, right? As far as the diversifying, how would you suggest that if you were running Nicky's brand?
Yo, Nicky, congrats on making it. So, for your brand, let's take a page from the Rockefeller playbook. You already got a strong online presence, so let's diversify your offerings. You could expand into more digital products like exclusive workshops or courses. Consider collaborations with other content creators or brands to create special edition content or merch. And maybe even venture into live events or speaking engagements to diversify your reach.
So honestly, I do all of that. Okay. Now, give me something that's outside of the box based off the Rockefeller blueprint that could really skyrocket me.
Let's go make then. How about launching the Nicky Saunders Creative Incubator? Take a cue from Rockefeller's diversification and develop a program to mentor and elevate up-and-coming content creators. You'd provide them with resources, guidance, and a platform to grow. In return, you could have a stake in their projects or collaborate on content. It not only diversifies your brand, but also builds a community of creators under the Nicky Saunders umbrella. That's next level. What you think?
I like that. I like that. That's funny. I was just talking about that on the live, to be honest with you.
No way. That's dope. It sounds like you're already ahead of the game. An incubator could be a game changer for your brand and for the creators you bring in. If you decide to roll with it, it could really set a new standard.
Hey, where your New York accent go?
My bad, fam. Let's keep it New York. If you run with that incubator idea, you'll be making waves out here. It's a power move that could put you and a whole new generation of creators on the map. You ready to take over or what?
I'm with that. Now, I got a thought process. So you know how all these YouTubers are creating like physical products. So we think about Mr. Beast, he has Feastables, Beast Burger, right? We think of some other ones that they've created, coffee, candy, all that great stuff, right? When you know of my brand, right, what do you think would be interesting as far as a actual physical product?
Given your brand and your focus on content creation and strategy, a dope physical product could be a content creator's toolkit. Think high quality customizable notebooks or planners specifically designed for content planning, maybe even with built-in tips from you. You could include items like branded phone stands, mic covers, or even lighting accessories that help with shooting content on the go. It'd be practical, on brand, and super useful for your audience. What you think?
I'm not mad at this. Now, I've been working on this this brand called Lions Behavior, right? It started from a hashtag based off every single time that I created content, that I was just moving and grinding and everything like that. I want to have hats, maybe some other type of merch. I'm thinking about doing a little toy and things like that, but I want to actually grow it to be something bigger, right? What are some of your thoughts? Just knowing my brand, understanding a little bit about Lions Behavior. I'm gonna give you what it's about in a little bit, but just first thoughts.
Nicky, building on Lions Behavior, which started from that grind mentality, you could turn it into a full lifestyle brand. I'm talking apparel that goes beyond hats. Think athletic wear or streetwear that embodies that lion-hearted spirit. You could also dive into motivational content, like a YouTube series or podcast under the Lions Behavior brand, sharing stories of resilience and success. And that toy idea? Run with it. Create a collectible that represents the traits of a lion: strong, bold, and community-driven. This could be the beginning of a movement, not just a brand. What do you think so far?
All right, ChatGPT is fire. ChatGPT is fire. First off, they know me. ChatGPT knows me. I'm outside, people. All right, give me some feedback. Give me some feedback what you thought about this. This is wild. This is... Hold on. Shout out to Heather. Come on. This is dope. So, honestly, shout out to those people who normally stay here till this late. We normally do music. I think having conversations with ChatGPT may be the thing, too. You feel me? It may be the thing, too. We may have to go 1 week music, 1 week talk to ChatGPT in this New York accent, because this is hilarious. I'm about to switch. How do I get it? Oh, this is the paid version of ChatGPT. So they have the advanced situation. You know what I mean? But yeah, give me some feedback. We may I wonder if we should build in public based off what ChatGPT says. You know what I mean? Like, let me think on this. Because some of the ideas they said was fire. You know what I mean? My mom loves the idea. How do we get it? This is in the upgrade. So let me see if I pull it up again. So if I just go straight ChatGPT, it's rolling out. So if you don't have it, like when you hit that little audio wave, if you don't get it, because it'll look like this. It'll have like this blue kind of situation. See that? That's how you know you'll have it. You can change it into different voices, like you can have a male, female, whatever. But yeah, you straight up having a conversation with freaking AI is unbelievable. Facts. The Lions Den Incubator. Ooh, come on. That's a situation. What's up, Charles? Charles said next level game changer. Yeah, this is chat came hard for you. You feel me? So, okay. Yeah, we gon' clearly it knows best. So I would say try the tips it gives. So okay. How about this? Do we create the Lions behavior brand based off the guidance of you guys and ChatGPT? If we all about this AI life, what do you think? Now here's the kicker. Some of these frameworks that we're talking about, Janita, I saw you with the WWE thing. We're going to do that next week, right? Some of these frameworks that we're going over, right? Some of these content frameworks, branding frameworks, we're going to put that all in here too. And we're going to have a whole conversation and let's see what it builds out. What you think? We need that collectible toy. Ooh. Working on it. We working on it. You feel me? Working on it. I can't share too much. You know what I mean? So, Big Dame said, let's go. Yeah, so run it. Type 1 if you like the idea. If you're like, yo, based off these blueprints, based off what let's build in public. Let's go with what ChatGPT says. But have ChatGPT always talk to us in that New York vibes. You feel me? This is gonna be in that bomber jacket. Ooh, come on. Okay, we're gonna do this together. So we're gonna figure this out. I don't know if this is yes, let's go. I'm ready to buy some merchandise. Ooh, for real? Come on. Listen, don't tempt me. We're trying. I'll be honest with this. My Deeper Than the Brand people know about this, where the goal is going to be Q1, right? So like, give me 3 more months, people. But they're like, Q1 sounds mad far. No, it's like we're about to be in Q4, right? Like literally tomorrow, Q4. So if it is Q4, it's gonna be this. But just bear with me. We're gonna talk it out with ChatGPT. We're gonna get you involved. It's gonna be a vibe. It's super dope. I'm excited about this now. I'm super excited. This is great. Anyways, get the guide if you are late and you missed the whole live. Check the replay, right? You can actually just scroll right back. You can play the replay. Download the guide. I put the link in the description. I put the link in the chat. If you are on Facebook, I got you. I'm about to put it right here. Boop. Put that right here. He's cute and I'm a Leo too. Lion energy. Come on. Shout out to my Leos. I see you. All right, people. This was dope. It's about to be top of the hour. We're already a little over. I love you guys. Who's going to be here next week? Same time, same place. Every Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern till we're done. Who's going to be here? Shout out to everybody who hit the super chat. I got Isaiah, Aaron, Janita. Thank you. And if this has added any value, don't forget to hit the super chat, super thanks, super stickers, that whole 9. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know what I'm going to say.